So we have the mudaf. We are talking about the mudaf now. I said the mudaf does not take alif and lam, and also it does not take tanween. Now, when I have a word, sayyaratun, a car, and I have another one, al-mudarris or mudarrisun, or let's just give both alif and lam. I have as-sayyaratu, the car, alone, and I have al-mudarris alone. I want to make the car possessed by the mudarris. I'll take off the alif and lam of the car, I'll take off the tanween, and then I'll put it before al-mudarris. So the mudaf has two rules, or let's say three. The mudaf comes first. The mudaf does not take alif and lam, and also the mudaf does not take tanween. It does not take the double vowel. Now let's come to the mudaf ilay. The mudaf ilay will take kasra always. It doesn't matter whether it takes alif and lam or not. It doesn't matter whether it takes alif and lam or not. It will just come. It will just come taking kasra always. Okay. Now, if we are clear about how to form the idafa, I want us to go and try some exercise right now. If you are clear about how to form the idafa, that is the possessive case, then let's go up a bit. There is a tamrin there. I don't know if you looked at it before, but then there is an exercise here which is very, very important. This one here. Let's look at it. He says, adif al-kalimata al-ula ila thaniya. Add, when he say adif, he means add. Add, every day when we say adif haza ila haza, I add this to that. Okay. So he says, adif al-kalimat al-ula, add the first word ila thaniya, to the second word. So he means for you to construct a possessive case. Now you have two words, kitabun and muhammadun, and they use the same technique as we said. You take off the tanween of the first word, you put it together with the in front of the second word, then you give the second word kasra. In that case, it means Muhammad's book, or the book of Muhammad. Now let's leave the examples and come down. We have qalamu, qalamun, and hamidun. Now, if you would please allow your microphone and then solve these ones for us. Qalamun, hamidun. What do we get in the idafa when we add it, when we make it a possessive case?
Qalamu hamid.
Aywa, qalamu hamidin. Aywa. Then it means Hamis, pen. Baytun abbasun. We get Baytu abbasin.
Baytu.
Aywa, Jamil, Jamil. So same way, now when we come to this end, we have here Dukanun and Attajiru. What do we do to it? What do we get here?
Dukkanu tajir.
Aywa, Dukkanu tajir. So of course we will give the tajir kasra, and then we will take off the tanween here and put them together. Dukkanu tajiri. I need a trader's shop. The trader's shop. Of course, Dukkan is a shop. Okay. Apart from that, all the words here are familiar. So if he says Ismul Waladi, Ismul Waladi. So you want to ask somebody, what is the name of the boy? Or what is the boy's name? So you know your what is Mahaza. What is this? So you have your what. You want to create the boy's name. And you know that is a possessive case. And the name is the one possessed. So you need to bring it first, just like we do. You don't give it alif and lam. You don't give it tanween. Say ma ismu al waladi. Masmul waladi. What is the boy's name? So when somebody gives birth, you didn't go. You want to ask, What is the name of the baby? In Arabic, when somebody gives birth, that thing that is being born is called mawlud. Mawlud. So we say masmul mawludi. Masmul mawludi. What is the name of the product that was born? So that is how we go about the constructions, inshallah. You can't say mal ismul mawlud. No, you can't say that. Say masmu al mawludi. Okay. I'm sure all the, apart from that, all the vocabularies here are very clear. Daftaru, of course, is a notebook. I'm sure we've met it. A notebook or exercise book. So it says Daftaru Sa'idin, Sa'id's book, or Sa'id's exercise book, Sa'id's notebook. Okay. Miftahu Sayyarati. Miftahu as-Sayyarati. The car's key, or the key to the car. Okay. This construction is really very important if you know how to go use it. It's really very important. Okay. So we come down to maybe our own business. Please, have we all gotten it clear about how this construction, you go about it?
Yes, please.
Okay. Please read the rest. Do we all get the idafa construction very well? The possessive case. It has just a few rules. Mudaf does not take alif and lam. It as well does not take tanween, and it comes first. Mudaf ilayhi, which is the possessor, comes second, and it takes kasra. So we have something like Abdullahi, Abdu Allahi. We can't say Al Abdullahi. We can't give the Abd alif and lam. We can't give it tanween as well. We can't say Abdun Allahi to mean servant of Allah. It can't happen. It has to be Abdu Allahi, Abdullahi. Okay, now we go to today's business. Ad-Daruusul Sadis. Ad-Daruusul Sadis, the sixth lesson, or lesson 6, if you wish. We are going to look at Hazihi. We've looked at Haza and we've looked at Dhalika. Haza is, we said, is for masculine. Haza means this, and we said it's for masculine. We are going to look at this, feminine. So Hazihi. You want to talk about a lady, you say Hazihi bint. This girl. Hazihi bintun. This is a girl. Okay. It says Hadha ibn Hamidin. Hadha ibn Hamidin. وَهَذِهِ بِنْتُ يَاسِرٍ. So you see, he's actually putting together the haza, hazihi, and the possessive construction. If you note that with me, let me just increase this a bit. Okay. So here he says, haza ibnu Hamidin, وَهَذِهِ بِنْتُ يَاسِرٍ. So quickly, how do we translate Haza ibn Hamidin? If anyone could help. Anyone help? Alaykum salam wa rahmatullah.
This is Hamid's son.
Aywa, wa hazihi bintu Yasirin.
And she is Yasir's daughter.
Aywa, and this is Yasir's daughter.
And this is Yasir's daughter.
Okay, very good. MashaAllah. Okay, so we have Ibn Hamidin Jalisun wa bintu Yasirin wa kifatun. Jalisun is sitting, from Jalasa. When we say Jalis, somebody who is sitting. Waqif, somebody who is standing, somebody who is doing waqafa. Okay, it says Ibn Hamidin, the son of Hamid, or Hamid's son, Jalisun, is sitting. Wa bintu Yasirin waqifatun, and Yasir's daughter is standing. Okay, now again, As I said, we want to make it as rigorous as we can. The whole construction, Ibn Hamidun Jalisun. What kind of a sentence is that? Under which sentence does it fall among the categories of sentences that we learned? Ibn Hamidin Jalisun, the whole thing. Please, those who do not have a clear network to allow the microphone, you can easily punch your answers in the chat. Under which sentence does the Ibn Hamidin Jalisun? It's a whole sentence. Under which one does it fall? If you remember the lesson 2 file, we studied about the sentences, types of sentences. Do we remember? Do we remember which kind of sentence it is? Now, Ibn Hamidin Jalisun. Okay, so we mentioned that any sentence that begins with an ism, that begins with a noun, and it's a meaningful sentence, a complete sentence, it's called Jumla Ismiya.
Jumla Ismiya.
Aywa, tamam. So when we have Ibn Hamidin Jalisun, Hamid's son is sitting, is a Jumla Ismiya. Just like Has Ibn Hamidin and Has he been to Yasirin, they are all Jumal Ismiya. Wa bintu Yasirin wa Kifatun is also a Jumla Ismiya. As I said, I wouldn't be referring to the English terminologies. That was there for you to just have it. But I want our focus to be on the Arabic terminology. So I wouldn't be mentioning the English of the Jumla Ismiya and what we don't need it. Okay. So we have bintu Yasirin wa Kifatun. Yasir's daughter is standing. Man hazihi. Now, of course, if wakifa is supposed to be masculine, you will say wakifun. You will just take out the ta marbuta. Okay. It says man hazihi. Who is this? But the this is accent is a feminine. Now there is something in Arabic language, or let me say generally, if you know somebody is a man and you give the person a feminine pronoun, or you refer to the person with anything feminine, it's an insult. If the person is a woman and you refer to the person with anything masculine, it's an insult also. A very big crime in the Arabic setting. I don't know of the other settings. It could be an insult, just an insult. But in Arabic setting, it's a very big insult for them. Maybe not the Arabs of today, but before. There was this poet, maybe you might have heard of him, Al-Mutanabbi. He's called Abu Tayyib Al-Mutanabbi, one of the amazing Arabic poets. And he was coming from afar. He had a lot of enemies. So one guy saw him and said, Ra'aytuka, I saw you. Wazanantuka, and I thought of you as Zanantuka imra'atan. I saw you. Wazanantuka imra'atan. I saw you and I thought you were a woman. And he wants to get Mutanabbi angry. So Mutanabbi also replied, Wa ana ra'aytuka, and I also saw you. Wazanantuka rajulan, and I thought you were a man. So the man trying to insult Mutanabbi that he saw Mutanabbi coming from afar and he looked like a woman, but now he has seen him clearly as a man. Mutanabbi also goes hard and say, I also saw you coming from afar and I thought you were a man. So now that you are close to me, you're actually looking like a woman. So that is how they go to insult themselves. So we should know clearly how to use our hazihi and haza. Haza for masculine, hazihi for feminine. So you don't see a girl and you say man haza. It's a crime. You don't see a guy and you say man hazihi. It doesn't work that way. Haza for masculine, hazihi for feminine. It says man hazihi. But in English is who is this? Who is this? So take this. In Arabic language, one of the characteristics of Arabic language that makes the Quran unique is diqqatul ma'ani. Diqqatul ma'ani, I'll just type that quickly in the chat. Inshallah, you could refer. Diqqatu al-ma'ani or al-dilala. Diqqatul ma'ani, or we say diqqatul dilala. Diqqatul dilala. Sorry. It shows exactness of meaning. So in Arabic language, just when I ask you, who is this? From the this, you know I'm asking about a feminine. From the this in Arabic, you know I'm asking about a masculine. So you bring two people, one boy, one girl, and I ask man haza. Automatically, you know I'm asking about the guy. And I ask man hazihi, you know I'm asking about the lady. But in English, who is this? I need to point who I'm. So Arabic language, why the last message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala came with the Arabic language, part of it is that the Arabic language has diqqatu dilala, exactness of reference. That's why we have about 14 pronouns in Arabic language. Each refers to something, dual, feminine, plural, masculine, plural, singular, masculine, feminine, singular, that kind of thing. So Arabic language has that uniqueness. Okay, it says hazihi ukhtu al-muhandisi. Now you realize that in my book here, unless when you are using the hard copy maybe, but in the PDF we have here, al-muhandis is not vowelized. Look here, there is no vowel. Why? Because they've already taught you the possessive construction. So when you read hazihi ukhtu, the engineer's sister. Oh, this is a possessive case. Then I should read ukhtul muhandisi. I should give the ending kasra. So hazihi ukhtul muhandisi. Al muhandis, engineer. This is the engineer's sister. Ahiya aidan muhandisatun. Ahiya. I told you the is like hal. Hal. Here. Is she aidan? Is she also? So aidan comes as again or also. Is she also muhandisatun, an engineer? Is she also an engineer? La. Here tabibatun. She is a doctor, a medical doctor. La. Here tabibatun. She is a medical doctor. Please, anything that is unclear, anything I say you don't hear, please the questioning. That's why this field is devoid of anything that will make you feel shy. So you do your possible best, whatever thing, however minute it is, however insignificant you think it is. So far as you don't get it, please notice somewhere, just when we open the door for questions, do well to ask, whatever it is, whatever. Okay. We have here, sayyaratu man hazihi. They're asking about probably the Benz here. Whose car is this? Sayyaratu man hazihi. Why is he using hazihi? Because they are referring to the car, and the car is feminine. Sayyara, sayyaratun is feminine. So he has to say sayyaratu man hazihi. Whose car is this? This sentence, you can say hazihi sayyaratu man. This is whose car? But more eloquently, when you say sayyaratu man hazihi, whose car is this? It's more eloquent. And it says hazihi sayyaratul mudiri. Hazihi sayyaratul mudiri. This is the, you can say the head teacher, you can say the headmaster, you can say the administrator. The administrator in the workplace is called al-mudir. The manager is called al-mudir. Yani man yudirul umur, the one who runs affairs. That's the other time I explained. So in the workplaces, you see al-mudir being the manager, being the boss. sometimes among friends, we call each other mudir, and just a sign of respect, mudir, to show the person, you give the person some regards. Okay, al-mudir, there is this general manager, al-mudirul am, al-mudiru al-am, al-mudirul am, general manager. So you can say, haza huwa al-mudirul am, haza, this man, haza huwa is al-mudirul am. This is the general manager. Okay. It says, hazihi sayyaratul mudir. This is the manager's car. Ma hazihi. What is this? This is an iron that is nicely drawn like that. Ma hazihi. What is this? Hazihi mikwa. Hazihi mikwa. So you can say mikwatun. Hazihi mikwatun. Iron is called mikwa. The verb of ironing is kewa. So I say akwi malabithi. I'm ironing my dress. Okay. Hazihi mikwatun. This is an iron. Okay. So it's liman hazihi. Liman hazihi. The leader, what does it stand for? The leader stands for possession. Let me bring my pen closer. The leader stands for possession. So whenever we bring li and a noun, it shows for him, for it. So if I say haza li Khadija, this is for Khadija. Haza li Khadija. This is for Khadija. Hazihi sayyara li Halima. This car is for Halima. So we go like that. Whenever the li comes, it shows for. So we have that in Alhamdu lillahi. Alhamdulillah. This, the family of praises. Alhamdu means the bunch of praises. Any kind of thanksgiving, any kind of gratitude. Alhamdu covers all. So it says Alhamdu lillahi. All kinds of praises is for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it is due Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So here he says liman. Liman is written there like that. Liman hazihi. This is for who? Or this belongs to who? It says hazihi li Khalidin. This is for Khalid. Hazihi li Khalidin. This is for Khalid. And that lam that shows possession, when it comes, the noun after it ends in kasra. It is also part of the prepositions, the huruf al-jar. We remember that in the shibhu jumla, in the prepositional phrase. We said that when the preposition comes, the noun after it should take kasra. Okay. We say hazihi li Khalidin. This is for Khalid. Ad-darajatu Anasin hazihi. So you drop the a first. Darajatu Anas. Daraja is bicycle. Daraja is bicycle. And motorbike is what? Darajatu Nariya. Darajatu Nariya. Darajatu Nariya. Okay. So it says, Darajatu Anasin hazihi. The fact that Anas is taking kasra here, the Raja is not taking tanween, it's not taking alif and lam also, then we know we are having a possessive case in front of us. So automatically we translate the Raja to Anas as Anas's bike, or the bike of Anas. So when he says the Raja to Anas hazihi, is this Anas's bike? The Raja to, like saying hal hazihi daraja to Anas. Hal hazihi daraja to Anas. Is this Anas's bike? Okay. Now daraja comes from the word daraja. You know, you see the dal ra jim thing, it shows levels. Levels. So when we say daraja in manner, it moves it moves in levels. It moves from one place to another. That's how they cook names for words. It says la, no, hazihi darajatu ammarin. Now, as I've advised before, if you could get the hard copy of the book, it's very helpful. You wouldn't need to write the vocabulary and its meaning outside. You just write the meaning on top of the expression itself in the book. So, hazihi darajatu ammarin. This is Ammar's bike. Hazihi jadidatun. This is what? New. Hazihi jadidatun. This is new. What darajatu Anas. So here, completely no vowels here. So they assume that you use the vowels you've seen here to read it, or better still, you use your little grammar to read it. You already know the possessive construction, how it goes. So you would know to say, wadarajatu Anasin. And Anas's bike, qadimatun, is old. Anas's bike is old. Hazihi. Okay, before we go on, let's stretch ourselves a little bit. Let's say I say darajatu Anas al-qadimatu. Darajatu Anas al-qadimatu. Please, what would that mean? Let's just try, we're just throwing our, let's guess something. Darajatu Anas al-qadimatu. What are we going to have?
Anas's bike is old.
Okay, so this darajatu Anas qadimatun. This is Anas's bike is old without alif and lam.
Okay.
Now I put alif and lam there. Darajatu Anas al-qadimatu.
Can we say Anas's bike is an old one?
Okay, so now stay on, let's see something. Darajatu Anas, is it definite or indefinite? The daraja we are talking about here, is it definite or indefinite? Do we know the daraja we are talking about, or we do not know
it? We know.
Okay, because we are saying daraja to Anas. Even though the daraja itself is not having alif and lam, we've attached it to somebody, so it is now definite. So we have daraja to Anas, Anas's bike. So we know the bike we are talking about. And then I make al-qadima to also definite. Now let's switch our mind quickly to the adjectival phrase. We said that the adjective comes taking alif and lam. It agrees with the adjective agrees with the noun. It is describing indefiniteness and indefiniteness. So when the noun is definite, the adjective also comes as definite. When the noun is indefinite, the adjective will come as indefinite. So if I say darajatun qadimatun, what I mean is an old bike. Darajatun qadimatun, an old bike. If I say al-darajatu al-qadimatu, it means the old bike. Ad-darajatu al-qadimatu, bimana, the old bike. Now I have to translate it as an adjectival phrase. And now in this adjective, I can say the bike is old. When both are having alif and lam, is I have to translate the second one to be an adjective for the first one. So I should say the old bike, and when it does not have alif and lam, I would say an old bike. Now, when I say darajatu Anasin, Anas's bike, it means that the daraja is still definite, even though I haven't given it alif and lam. Since I've attached it to a noun, we've now made it definite because we know which bike we are talking about. And then I make this word here too I give it alif and lam and make it definite. What I'm doing is that I have a definite daraja and I have a definite adjective, a definite noun. So the noun should be is adjective. So if I say daraja to Anas al-Qadima to, what I mean is Anas's old bike. Now we will leave a space here a bit. If anything in this particular thing that I'm saying, this particular one, not your questions you've recorded, this particular one, if anything of it confuses you, you can just ask right away. I want us to clarify it right here. I've said that when you have a noun and its adjective, what happens is that the adjective and the noun must agree in gender. First of all, they must all have ta marbuta like this, ta marbuta. They must, if they are feminine, if the noun is feminine, the adjective should also be feminine. If I have a masculine noun, the adjective should also be masculine. That is one. They should agree in gender. Number two, they should agree in definiteness, whether they both have alif and lam, or indefiniteness. Both of them should not have alif and lam. So you hear al-waladu at-tawilu or waladun tawilun. It must agree. And again, we have the case ending, which is the vowel. They should agree in the ending vowel. So you can't have a noun ending in dhamma, its adjective ending in kesra. In that case, it's not an adjective for it. You can't have a noun ending in fatha, the adjective ending in dhamma. That does not happen. The adjective must come agreeing with the vowel of the noun it is describing. So we have these three simple rules. You can easily memorize it, easily. So here I have, first of all, the rajatu. Let me take this off. We have the rajatu Anasin, Anas's bike. So even though there is no alif and lam here to make it definite, we've still found a way of making it definite. We've said Anas's bike. So the bike is definite. We know the bike we are talking about. When we say definite, basically it means what we know. So if I'm talking to you about another lady, I will say al-bint, the girl. I wouldn't say bintun, a girl. It doesn't make sense. When I'm talking to you, I'll say, did you see the girl? Did you see the girl? I have to give it de. And the de in Arabic language is the alif and lam. When you don't know the lady we are talking about, that is when I will say, oh, I saw a girl. A girl. And the is the tanween in Arabic language. Dommatain, fathatain, kasratain. That is what translates into the e. Okay. Now here I have the rajatu Anasin. Anas's bike. So of course the bike is definite. We know which bike we are talking about. And then I bring an adjective. I bring another noun and I give it alif and lam. I make that particular noun definite also. Al-qadimatu. It means that then the sifa old is now describing the bike. Now I can't say the bike is old. I can't say Anas's bike is old. What I should say is Anas's old bike, or the old bike of Anas. In that case, the al-qadima is describing the daraja. Okay. Hopefully this line is clear, though now it will still be floating. But as I said, that lesson 2 file that I shared with you is the background of everything Arabic. You see, I've always been referring to it. This construction is this construction is that. It's the backbone of everything construction you see in Arabic language. So basically we have one definite thing here and this is indefinite. So we will say the Rajatu Anasin Qadimatun. Anas's bike is old, is old. Just like we say Al-Waladu Tawilun. The Tawil does not have alif and lam. So we say the boy is tall. But if we have the predicate having alif and lam, then it becomes an adjective. Okay. Hazihi sa'atu aliyin. This is Ali's watch. Hazihi sa'atu aliyin. I don't know this word. Did I give the other meanings? Sa'a, I said it can mean clock. It can mean wristwatch. Sa'a can mean hour, H-O-U-R, hour. I say sa'a wahida, 1 hour. Thalatha sa'at, 3 hours. Sa'a can mean this moment. If I say limaza ji'ita as-sa'a, why did you come this hour? Limaza ji'itani as-sa'a, why did you come to me in this hour? I need this moment. Hazihi sa'atu aliyin, this is Ali's watch. Hiya jamilatun jiddan, it is very beautiful, it is very pretty, very nice. Hiya jamilatun jiddan. Okay. And he says, هذه ملعقة، هذه ملعقة وهذه قدر. الملعقة في القدر. He says, هذه ملعقة. ملعقة is a spoon. ملعقة is spoon. Now, fork is shawk. Fork, the one we used to eat indomie, macaroni, is shawk. Shin waw kaf. Now, spoon is mil'aqatun. Hazihi mil'aqatun. This is a spoon. Wa hazihi kidrun. And this is a pot. Kidrun, you see, anything you put on water to heat fire, anything you put on fire to heat water, sorry, it's called kidrun. So you can basically say a pot, kidrun. And this is and kidrun is treated as feminine in Arabic language. That's why we see wahazihi kidrun, though there is no ta marbuta. Kidrun is feminine, just like ash-shams. It doesn't have ta marbuta, but it is feminine. The word al-ard, the earth, al-ard, the earth or land, is feminine, but it doesn't have ta marbuta. Okay. It says al-mil'aqatu fil kidri. The spoon is in the pot. The spoon is in the pot. Al-mil'aqatu fil kidri. The spoon is in the pot. Hazihi baqaratul fallah. Hazihi baqaratul fallah. Baqara, of course, everybody knows what baqara is. Suratul Baqara, the chapter of the cow. Baqara is a cow. Al-fallah is a farmer. Some you hear peasant farmer, but basically a farmer. Now, this word al-fallah, we need to stand on it a bit. You see, people do azan. When they are doing azan, you hear hayya ala fallah, hayya ala fallah. Like we have people who do azan freestyle. They don't do azan original. They just do azan freestyle as if it's just one of those things. Just shout, make a sound. Very pathetic, you know. So I have actually chanced upon somebody in the masjid doing the al-fallah thing, giving the lam shadda. This lam here, you can see the shadda. The shadda is very significant. When you take it off, you change the meaning. So fallah, fallah, you stress on the lam, it means a farmer. Without shadda, it means success. Success. So when we say hayya ala al-falah, we mean come to success. Come to success. But when I say hayya ala fallah, the man I come to the farmer. So when they are doing the azan, you give it an ear and you see how dangerous some of the things we are doing are. So mostly you find a lot of people who know their way about the Arabic. They can hardly pray in just any masjid. You'd have problems when you start knowing some of these rules very well. You would have problems praying in our masajis. You always have issue after following an imam. So Baqaratul Fallah, the farmer's cow. So take note of this. Falah, falah without shadda is success. And the verb is falaha, to be successful. Okay. So it says, haza anfun wa haza famun. This is a nose, anfun. Wa haza, and this is famun, a mouth. Haza anfun, this is a nose. Wa haza famun, and this is a mouth. Okay. And then we have Okay, let's go to the end and we open the questions. هذه أذن. This is an ear, of course, this one. وهذه عين, and this is an eye. I mean, before we come back, why did he say haza for anf, haza for thumb? And when he gets to udhun, ain, he says hazihi. You will clarify that just about now. It says wahazihi yadun, and this is a hand. Wahazihi rejulun, rejulun. This is a leg. Leg is rejulun, or foot. Now you see, rejulun, if you say rajulun, it's a man. So you need to see our vowels and pronunciation. Rejulun. So if you write ra, jim, lam, and you say what's the meaning, I can't give the meaning until you put the vowel you mean. Because if you put ra, jim, lam, it can mean that you are making it rajulun. You can be making it rejulun. Okay. So rejulun is foot or leg. It's leg, basically, leg. Okay. Now let's come to why this is masculine. Haza, why is he giving the nose and the mouth masculine? Haza, and giving the ear and the eye feminine. Now, the parts of the body, every part of the body that is in pairs, any part of the body that is in pairs is feminine, is treated as feminine in Arabic language. So the eye, the ear, the hand, the leg, I think that is all. So whatever is left, that is 1-1. The head, the nose, the mouth, the stomach. The rest is those that come singular. They are treated as masculine. Please, you can write this simple qaida for us. If I remember to put it in our vocabulary file, I'll do that. Any part of the body that come in pairs is feminine. So the eye is feminine, the ear is feminine, the hand is feminine, the leg is feminine because it's two, they are pairs. But the parts that come in 1-1 are masculine. Okay, I hope we take note of that. Okay, before the tamarin, please, if you have any question, you can go ahead and ask, inshallah, whether in this lesson, previous lessons, or just any freestyle Arabic you've seen anywhere, inshallah. Let us aid ourselves here. You can allow your microphone and ask your question, or you can, if you don't have a straight network, you can type it in the chat, inshallah. I would see it. Please, anybody has a question? Okay, Rodwa is asking, with regards to the feminine word ending, the feminine words, they are ending, is it always ending in ta marbuta? No, that is just one of the signs, and is the, let's say, the most popular sign of knowing a feminine word. Okay, so when you have words that okay, so I don't know if Sister Halima was here, but as Radwa is asking that with regards to the feminine word ending, is it always ending in ta marbota? And is that the only sign for a feminine word? No. Of course, we've seen here that words like udhunun, ainun, yadun, rejulun are being given hazihi. So it means that they are feminine, but they don't have a ta marbota ending. As I said, ashamsu, is treated as feminine. We say washamsu, washamsi, waduhaha. Ha is a feminine pronoun referring to Shams. So, of course, the Shamsu is feminine. Al-ard, the land, earth, is feminine, but it ends in dad. It's not ta marbuta. So that is not the only sign. That is not the only sign. We have other signs, inshallah. And we will look at that as a separate subject, the gender. We will look at that as a separate subject, inshallah, within this short course, inshallah. I hope we are answered.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
If my network is bad, so I keep going on and off.
Oh,
Please, in the video,
yes.
the bulugif and the takif, is it the same?
Aha, mashallah. So you see, the donkey is making mistake and Joha is correcting him. So the donkey is saying bulugif, which is wrong. And Joha is telling him it's a takif. It's air conditioning. So Joha is giving him the right word. At takif. They will have that issues in the series a lot. It's a series of videos, about 30 of them. So you realize that Joha is correcting him. And mostly, the actual name that we use all over is mukayyaf. Mukayyaf. But takif is also accurate. Okay, so Nam.
So in there was one tatyir.
What?
Tatyir. Al-bayt tatyir.
Tatir. Aywa. Al-baytu.
And tayr.
Aywa. Tayr.
Yes.
Okay, okay. So we have the root Tara. Tara. Our root is Tara. The word Tara means to fly. If I say Tara, means he flew. And when he says Al-Baytu Yatir, the house is flying. Al-Baytu Yatiru, the house is flying. That is where we had Ta'ira from. Ta'iratun, the plane. Because it also flies. That is where we have Tayrun, a bird. Tayrun, bird. It's from the same root. Because it flies, we call it Tayrun. Okay, so when it says Al-Baytu Yatir, the house is flying. Nam.
I found the name for airplane in the dictionary, Ta'ira and Tayyara.
Tayyar.
Is it the same or it's supposed to be different airplanes?
No. It's the same thing.
Okay.
It's the same thing. When you punch in the dictionary, it gives you several words to it. They are all mostly the same thing. Just sometimes some slight difference, but they are the same thing.
Please, in the last part, there was a place that you were saying halkatul jadid. Is it the same like halaka we feel like for Quran, like halaka Quran?
Aywa, mashallah. This is basically what I want. A lot of questions like this. When it says halaka actually means a ring, something round, ring. You know, R-I-N-G. So anything that is round is halaka. When you sit around to eat, is a halaka. When you sit around to discuss whatever, it's a halaka. So then the word halaka has been given to session, S-E-S-S-I-O-N. This we are having here is a halaka. You know, so we picked that and gave it to the hifz. The one we do for the hifz, the hifz sessions we've been doing, the full name is halaqatu hifz. Halaqatu hifzin is a possessive construction, a session of hifz, yani a sitting of Quran memorization. That is the full name. Then we started saying halaka, that's all. We don't, but halaka is just any round setting. It's called halaka. So when Joha says halaqatun jadidatun, a new episode, a new session. So if you are doing your program and it says, you say, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, ya jama'a, marhaban bikum ila halaqatin jadidatin. Marhaban bikum, you are all welcome. Ila to halaqatin jadidatin, a new episode. Then you mention your program. I think Juha says, ila halaqatin jadidatin min fawazir Juha. He has a name he's giving to his program.
Yes.
So halaka, that is the meaning. Halaka is not just hips. You see, there is a difference between an Arabic student or somebody who has studied Arabic and just a general somebody. Somebody might be going to the halaka of hifz, memorizing Quran, but maybe understand the word halaka to mean hifz. But then the one who knows Arabic language knows that that's a borrowed name. It's just giving it to it because it's a session. And the full name is halaka to hifz. So you have a hafiz who doesn't understand what he's reading. And you that you are not a hafiz, you understand the message clearly. Of course, I'd prefer that you understand the message. So that is that for halakatun jadidatun, a new episode, a new session, a new sitting office.
Okay. And there's another one, fasl.
Fasl.
The last part, he asked question and the donkey was answering fasl as class.
Aywa. So the donkey used fasl as class?
He was. Yes, and Joha was asking question fasl with regards to season. The last part.
Aywa. So again, on the fasl, on the word fasl, faw swad lam. I don't know if I've mentioned it here, but fasl means class, basically. Fasl also means season. Season, S-E-A-S-O-N. Like winter season, fasl shita. I think I should give you the fusul, all of them, inshallah, in our vocabulary. Fusul. So when we say fusul, the 4 seasons, al-fusul al-arba, the 4 seasons, we have fasl shita, which is the winter season. We have fasl rabi', which is the spring season. We have fasl kharif, which is the autumn season. And then we have, which one did I leave? Winter. And we have summer. The summer season, we say fasl sayf. Inshallah, we'll capture all these seasons in our vocabulary file, inshallah. I think we have some holidays, so it will be easier preparing all these files. So those are the seasons, the 4 seasons. So the context, again, as I said, will point you to which meaning is desired. It is the context that will point you to which meaning that is desired. You see the word sayyara is in the Quran. But just ask yourself, during the time of the revelation of the Quran, was there a sayyara? You see, there was no sayyara then. But sayyara had a different meaning then. Sayyara then meant a caravan. I would like to show you the verse. I want you to get some key stuff about the Quran, some in-depth understanding here. You see, when you look at surah, please let's all note it when I give the surah and the chapter so that you read on and then you get more understanding. Surah to Yusuf, chapter number 12, verse number 19. Surah to Yusuf, that is chapter 12, verse number 19, 19. You read, وَجَاءَتْ سَيَّارَةٌ فَأَرْسَلُوا وَارِدَهُمْ فَأَدْلَى دَلْوَهُ. Going on like that, that is when the people came and saw a well and they sent one of them and he went to drop his, the dalwa is the bucket we used to fetch water. We call it guga. I don't know how you would call it at your end, but we tie a rope to the bucket and we drop it in. That thing is called dalwa. For Adla, he let down his bucket. قال يا بشرى هذا غلام. Said, oh, glad tidings, this is a boy. Now the beginning of the verse, we read, وَجَاءَتْ سَيَّارَةٌ. Today, if you are to translate this using our current system, contemporary world, you say a car came, because ja'a means to come. You say a car came. But sayyara here is not a car. It's a group of travelers, caravan. A group of people traveling together is called sayyara. So the word, the context of the word gives you which meaning to give to it. So you see in grammar, we are talking about ismun, we say a noun, a noun. But outside grammar, when I say ismun, I mean a name. If I say masmuke, I don't mean what is your noun. What is your name? So the context I said is called what? Siyakul kalam. Siyak al-kalam. Sin ya alif qaf al-kalam. Siyakul kalam. The context of speech points us to which meaning to give to it. So this happens a lot in a lot of people. This is what brings about differences of views of scholars. You see the word here and he feels it should have this meaning. This one says, no, I feel it should have this meaning. Then you realize that there is a difference of view, which is all good for us. It's an expanse of knowledge. So that is that for the, so the fossil Joha is asking about the season, and the donkey, you see, they use the himar because it's a symbol of dampness. But sometimes the himar is sensible than Joha, if you watch it very well. Okay.
Thank you. See the last one.
Aywa.
He was talking, the save us when the house was flying. I didn't get the word. Is it Ankiduni and I said, oh sorry. Ankiduni.
And it says the verb is anqadha. 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 Dhal. He saved. Anqadha bimana he saved. So if he says ankidhu, he's commanding people. If it's one person, I'll say ankidni, ankid, save or rescue. Ankidni, save me. Save me. Ankidhu, a lot of people, I'm asking a lot of people, you guys, ankidhuni, save me, rescue me. If I say ankidhuna, save us. Ankidhuna, save us. So that was what Joha was saying. So if you have anqadha, then it is he saved. That is the root, anqadha.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Please, dear colleagues, if you watched Joha, any other question? Okay, I think Radwa is also out. Today people are having network instability. I think today I'm also having a good reception. Alhamdulillah. Okay, now we have some Ikra Waktub. Ikra Waktub, always this tamreen is just personal. You just read and write on your own. Please, was the Joha video beneficial?
Yes, please.
Okay. It's really very helpful. You know, I have a little brother, not little, a brother of mine. He didn't attend madrasa. Even to date, he never attended madrasa. He speaks Arabic all right. What he did was that whenever I finish the Joha video subtitling, he sticks to it, like he plays it almost every time. So when you play it repeatedly, you'll be walking and you start hearing Joha in your head. You start hearing Ankiduni, you start hearing Al-Bayt Yatir. The sentences will be ringing in your head. So please keep on listening till you master it very well, and then let the kids also enjoy it. Kids really like it, inshallah. So we'll be doing it like that, however much we can do of the Joha series. Inshallah, we realize that we will learn a lot from that. Now we come to the Tamarin. Before that, Radwa is in Radwa. If there is any question you found in the Joha series as we are going on, you can type it in there, inshallah. I will attend to it in the Joha video. Okay. We come to Tamarin, exercises. Tamarin, exercises. The singular of which is Tamrin. It says Ikra waktub, read and write. Hadha masjidun. So here he did not vowelize. It says Hadha masjidun, وهذه مدرسة. هذا مسجد وهذه مدرسة. So as I said, in Arabic language, without vowels, you have issues. So you look at the word madrasatun. Why can't I say mudarrisatun? See, it's the same construction. It's the same letters. Mudarrisatun. Mudarrisatun. So if you want me to get it clear, if you want to intend mudarrisa, you put shadda on the ra to show me that, oh, there is a shadda there. I should say mudarrisatun. But since there is no shadda and you are talking about a building, masjid, I will say wahazihi madrasatun. Okay, so vowels play a very big role in Arabic language. So you just imagine, before when there were no vowels, how were the guys doing? It was interesting. We have man hazihi. Who is this? Hazihi ukhtu Abbasin. So please, when you are reading, don't read like a pro. Even if you are a pro, read like a beginner. Read every vowel. Man hazihi. Hazihi ukhtu Abbasin. Number 3, he says, Hadha dikun. This is a cock. Wahazihi dajajatun. And this is a hen. Haza ibnul mudiri. Haza ibnul mudiri. This is the manager's son. Wahazihi bintul mudarrisi. And this is the daughter of the teacher. Number 5, Hazihi ummu Yasirin. Hazihi ummu Yasirin. This is Yasir's mother. Aina kidru al-lahmi. Aina kidru al-lahmi. Where is the pot of meat? Or where is the meat pot? Al-lahm is meat, of course. Here fi thallaja. Here fi thallajati. Here fi thallajati. Al-thallaja is this thing here, fridge. Al-thallaja, fridge. It comes from the word thaljun. Thaljun. Thalam jim. Thaljun. Bimana ice. So snow is also called thalj. Ice. Okay. So number 7, he says, Hadha babun wa hazihi nafizatun. Babun, a door. This is a door. Wa hazihi nafizatun. And this is a window. Okay. So please, the next tamrin is asking ma haza wa ma hazihi. So you yourself, you look at it. Haza qalamun. Hazihi mil'aqatun. Haza kitabun. Haza qamisun. You have the names already. So you just exercise, practice it yourself to remember. Remember, this is Sayyara, As-Sa'a, Ad-Daraja. We are talking about this one here, Rijl, the leg. This is Bab. Hadha, no, of course, Hazihi Yadun is feminine. We said that the hand is, if it's pair, part of the body and it comes in pair, it is feminine. So Hazihi Rijlun, Hazihi Yadun, wa Haza Anfun. Okay, here we say Al-Mil'aqatu fil Qidri. The spoon is in the pot. We have here Haza Famun. This is a mouth. Iron here. Hazihi mikwatun. Hazihi mikwatun. Hadha kursiyun. Hadha miftahun. Hadha masjidun. Hadha najmun. Or hadha or hadhihi thallajatun. So you see the masculine hadha, the feminine hazihi. So you practice it with yourself, this particular portion. You do it with yourself and then you give it the haza and the hazihi, inshallah. Okay. Please, we have a few minutes left. If there is any question, let's use this time to ask it. The other tamarin, inshallah, we can look at it. If there is any question, we have about 3 minutes. We can use it for the questions, inshallah. The Joha series, please, we want to, every week, complete one. You want to okay, so Radwa is saying that her only problem with Joha is that he speaks fast. So it's part of why I even gave you the video. Joha, actually, it depends on everybody's level. So for me, let's say I would say Joha speaks slowly. You see, you can try something. If you have some time, you just go to YouTube and then you type National Geography Abu Dhabi, as we say it in English, National Geographic Abu Dhabi Arabic. It's documentaries. You see a lot of documentaries there. Or you go to CNN Arabic on YouTube and listen to some Arabic there, speaking like they have an issue with somebody. So it depends on the level and how the speaking goes. Now, Joha is actually not going fast, but because we are not used to listening, problem here in Ghana when we are learning Arabic is that we don't engage with listening, and listening is an integral part. It's actually the core part of getting to know Arabic very well. If not, you would understand, you know Arabic, but even if I speak Arabic to you, you will say I'm going fast. That is why I put it there, and I deliberately said we listen a number of times. When you listen for the first time, Joha is going fast. Listen again, listen again, listen again. Even if it takes you to listen 20 times, don't take it light. Keep doing it. You know what you're looking for. Just keep listening. So when you listen about the feed time, the seed time, 7, Joha will start speaking slowly in your ear. That is how the thing works. Joha will start sounding clear. You start hearing the words clearly in your ear. So even though we study Arabic for long, we get to Thanawiya, we should have been familiar with Arabic just when we hear it. But because we do away with the istima, the listening part, it makes it very difficult. So just listen repeatedly. That thing will be treated. The item of he speaking fast will be treated. You realize that Joha will all of a sudden start speaking slowly in your ear. And please check out the videos I talk about. You can check Al Jazeera Arabic on YouTube, check CNN Arabic, check National Geography Abu Dhabi documentaries. You see how they speak very fast. Even Joha is okay. So please just listen repeatedly. In the era of our scholars, it has happened that a scholar can keep teaching. A scholar can keep teaching one student for one subject, one matter. Repeatedly, he will keep explaining repeatedly till the student is fully understand it. So let's not, since it is knowledge, let's submit ourselves to it. Within this short time that we have the assistants that I'm around, let's do well and just listen, just put all our best within this time. Let's sacrifice whatever is there to sacrifice, inshallah. I'm hopeful that we will learn a lot, inshallah, within this season. Okay, so our time is up, inshallah. Whatever is there extra issues, questions, problems, whatever, we share it in the group, inshallah. Please, your question, let it come. Try and find questions, watch the video, whatever instruction is given, do well to follow it. Let's all benefit fully, inshallah. Aywa, Joha yarif kulla shay. Nam. He's so dumb. Ana Joha alladhi yarif kulla shay. And we are not Joha. We don't know anything. It is only Allah who knows everything. Joha is really very dumb. He feels he's so knowledgeable. He doesn't need help. When we get to the episode where Joha was riding the plane, he did the same thing. He didn't need to learn. He just went into the plane and started flying. And what happened to him made him learn sense. Inshallah, we will learn more in this regards, inshallah. May Allah grant us beneficial knowledge. Allahumma allimna ma yanfa'una wa anfa'na bima 'allamtana wa zidna ilman. Please, in our daily affairs, there are a lot of nuisance in the system right now. Social media taking a lot of our time. We say we don't have the time, but social media is actually taking it. When there is nothing important for you to check on social media, please read your notes. Please go to the video and watch it. Please, I want at the end of this thing, you should say, oh, it was worthy. It was worthy of it. Please, I beg you, in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I beg you. Okay. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun ala al-mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi. شكرا.
عفوا.